Good news for you. You still have time to get today's Delmarva Life Daily Deal. Today's deal, save 50% on dry cleaning services from Cape Cleaners in Rehoboth Beach.
You can get the daily deal on delmarvalife.com or download the free Delmarva Life Daily Deal app for your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Now you can get the great deals right in the palm of your hand. 58 years ago, the Supreme Court made a ruling that cleared the way for integrated schools in America. But when 11 black students tried to attend Milford High School in the fall of 1954, they were eventually asked to leave.
Those events from 1954 and the fallout from that decision are the subject of a WBOC News special airing tonight. WBOC Steve Hammond joins us this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, glad to be here.
This is something a lot of people don't really know about.
No, and frankly, I didn't know about it for a long time. Although, Lisa, you did a story back in 2004 for Learning Matters on WBOC about this. And then it sort of fell off my radar. But WBOC owner Tom Draper, who grew up in Milford, put it back on my radar a few months ago, said, you know, we really need to dive into this and devote a half hour. It's a fascinating story. It's a tragic story, but it does have a happy ending. But as it goes, this story is not taught in public schools. It's sort of a dark secret of Delaware history. It all started back in 1954 with the U.S. Supreme Court decision of Brown versus the Board of Education. It paved the way for black children and white children to go to school together. Milford High School was one of the first to try this, and it all started very quietly, and people accepted it initially, but as the word spread, someone called a guy named Bryant Bowles, and Bryant Bowles was over in Baltimore at the time, but he was very vocal against all of this. He was what they call anti-integration. He wanted to keep the races separate. He came over from Baltimore to Delmarva, and he got people really fired up, and here's part of that story.
On September 26, 1954, Bowles held a massive rally at the Harrington Airport in Kent County. He stands on the back of a flatbed truck with nothing but a microphone and a collection hat and convinced 1,500 people from across the state of Delaware to keep their children home from school until the state stopped the integration efforts.
Let them go their way and leave us alone, and we will go our way and never bother them. We never will. I come from a part of the country where we have as many colored people as white people. And no one has ever pushed them around or run over them. And so far, we have never let any of them starve to death. We have fed them well. First, I would like to repeat the name of the organization. I would not like to have it confused with any other color. It's the National Association for Advancement of White People.
Even young Orlando Camp wanted to hear what the smooth-talking, cult-like figure Bryant Bowles had to say.
I saw him face to face on several occasions, but he never saw me. And we were hiding in the fields outside of Harrington just to listen to him for a few minutes. And then we said, look, it's probably a little bit too dangerous to stay here. So we got up and we left.
But now this story is about to go global as national and international press descend on Milford.
Steve, that's incredible audio. It's almost, I almost wouldn't believe it if I didn't hear it.
Right. The audio from Bryant Bowles there at the Harrington Airport, and also the pictures. The producer of this broadcast, Danielle Pro, did an outstanding job spending hours at the Delaware Public Archives, pouring through all of this stuff and then weaving this all together into this half-hour special.
Can't wait to see the special. It's tonight, but can you tell me, is there a happy ending?
There is a happy ending. It took a long time to get there, 58 years in fact. And the people here in the building who have watched this broadcast, that's what they say. They say, isn't it great that we have a happy ending? But they also say, wow, it brought a tear to my eye at the end. So we're very proud of it, and we hope you'll tune in.
All right, and that special airs tonight on WBOC. Steve, thank you for joining us
Pleasure to be
this
here.
afternoon. Still to come on Delmarva Life, the experts from Extreme Brewing in Sussex County show us how easy it is to whip up a batch of fresh homemade beer and wine. We'll show you how next.
But first, how about a look at what's coming up in the news on the First at 5 on Fox 21 and later on WBOC News at 6.